Hey guys, Daggz here, getting ready to get into the next section of Vampyr. At this point, I'm not doing it through chapters, but through sections. Enjoy! Okay, let's go find Harriet. Yep, let's go through the hospital instead of out the window. Thomas, Thelma.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect.
Excuse me, who are you? You must be Harriet.
What? What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off they are.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round. The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them. Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Have you heard of any blackmailing going on within these walls?
I have no time for mortal games. My secrets are beyond their comprehension, Dr. Reed.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Daily routine.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Have you heard rumors of underhand dealings in the hospital?
If you want to know what's going on here, you better talk to Miss Jones. She knows everything. Especially what she shouldn't.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Reconstructive surgery has been very successful for some soldiers.
I don't want to wear a bloody mask for the rest of my life. I'd rather stay here and just be forgotten.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Damn. The pain. It's here again.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, Miss Howcroft.
Oh, that's dumb
How
again.
are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Down this hallway, see if there's anybody to talk to. Oh. Talk to you.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Have you heard about any blackmail going on in this hospital?
Blackmail? Nonsense.
Alright, got nothing I can ask you for.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Where's Nurse Crane? Who are you?
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Thank you.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
All right.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
That's interesting and nice to know.
Have you heard any talk of blackmail going on in the hospital?
If you're running some official inquiry, you had better question the patients. They know more than the staff, especially old Miss Jones.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
All right, so let's go find Nurse Crane.
All right. Don't waste your time with me.
Oh, hush up, you. I'm gonna have to look for her using this sensor thing. Ooh. Lady Ashbury, Goswick. Milton. Aha, Brannigan.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Alright. Let's start with... what's the situation?
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
Could the hospital
Do you
fail?
think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippets. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Okay, what else do you have to say?
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're
I
struggling
realized
against an
that she had an
invisible
extra
enemy, more
audio
lethal than any bullet from a gun.
or an extra question
It's
before I
hard.
backed out of it, so I just wanted to get the answer that I missed, or the question that I missed.
An invisible enemy. Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Okay. Personal questions.
Why does Dr. Tippets claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippets does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Tell me what Dr. Tippets did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippets would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippets in our situation?
Okay, so I'm kind of torn right now because, one, she didn't have the right to cover up, but at the same time, she was doing what she thought was best. You know what? Let's go with, because it's going to impact my choice regardless. Let's go with you took a great risk.
Perhaps you did it with the best intentions, Nurse Brannigan, but you took a great risk. Must I remind you that a man died?
You mean you've never made a mistake? Never covered your tracks? Come on, Doctor. I wasn't born yesterday.
Okay. I won't reveal his error.
I've decided that I won't reveal Dr. Tippets. Shall we say, misdemeanor.
I'm so glad you share my point of view. Dr. Tippets is a brilliant practitioner. We most definitely need his know-how.
I hope you're right. This is a huge risk we're taking.
Dr. Tippets must regain his confidence. Please, keep this decision between you and me. He doesn't need to know you found out.
That's a little late. I've already spoken to him about it.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Excuse me. Okay, so I haven't missed any questions with her. I feel like
Goodbye,
I made a
nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
may have made a mistake with talking to the doctor first, but you know, that's what you get for playing a game blind. And yay, opium from a lid.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening,
Milton.
Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
What you got for me, dude?
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
There are a lot of secrets round here. I'm not surprised someone tried to make money from them.
What kind of secrets?
I'm not in the gossip business, Dr. Reed. If you want to know more, you better talk to Harriet Jones. She's the eldest patient here.
Alright.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Alright. What can I trade with you? Bullets. Aluminium. Screw. Grease. Shard. I can sell you my cigarette case that I found for 12 coins. Oh yeah, press and hold to confirm the action. Thank you. Now, Nurse Crane.
That's Pembroke nowadays.
She's downstairs.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
How do you get downstairs? Oh good, it didn't go into a loading screen. Oh, there's the stairs. Eavesdrop. Press L3 to activate your senses. If a citizen is behaving suspiciously, their heart will emit a distinct glow. By looking at the citizen, you'll unlock the special investigation or special interaction. Look for Dorothy Crane. Ooh. X.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Well, that's not sketchy at all. Alright, time to go find this fool. Let me in. Extra ammo will be stored in your stash. It's nice that they tell you after I've already found it. Come on, please finish loading. There we go. Where are you?
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
Well, that was a useless circle. Alright, hang on. Let me find this fool. Alright. Right, where do I go to? I hate that stupid bar map on the top. It's really confusing to me. Where is he? The Ban of the Dragon. New collectible. Alright. The Ban of the Dragon. Concerning the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, I would advise our members to be very wary about these so-called scholars. Yes, indeed, most of them are always affable and respectful whenever they approach us, but it would be quite unwise for a discreet circle like the Ascalon Club to foolishly speak about our goals, our members, or our traditions. I would also like to remind our fellow members that the Brotherhood itself is ancient enough to have some mysterious traditions. One of them, according to some informants, could be the ritual of the so-called Ban of the Dragon. It seems that in certain conditions, when the Brothers of St. Paul find a violent or bloodthirsty immortal, they call upon him this ban. What is it exactly? I don't know. Does it really exist? I don't know for sure either. But what I've established as facts is that whenever a hostile or vindictive vampire has threatened London, it disappeared without a trace after the Brotherhood pronounced a ban upon him. The loyal Fergal Bansha himself has never been foolish enough to openly provoke the Brotherhood. This is a lesson we must all remember. Never be considered a dragon by the Brotherhood. From the Law of Ascalon by Lord Redgrave, founder. I'm intrigued. Where? Oh, there you are. And there's a rat. Fitting, because that's what this guy was. Nope, can't check. Regeneration serum. And more nasty rats. I hate rats. Yay, there's the trophy for pest control. Hopefully that means I don't need to eat any more rats unless absolutely necessary. Because I hate rats. Rats are gross! 18. Oh, there we go. Sewer beast. Ooh, you're big.
What sort of creature is this?
What are you? It's like a werewolf or something. I have no idea what you are. You're something, alright. Seriously, it's like a messed up... What the hell? Get off of me! There we go. Big ol' angry claws. You can only do that like once in a while? What? I guess it needs stamina. Ooh, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. What the hell is this thing? Oh, I'm gonna die because this thing.
Here's what's left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway.
Yeah, I have no idea what the hell this thing is. Let me search you. Nurse Crane's voucher. If you are sick, if you have no money, whoever you are, wherever you're from, come see Dorothea and get some help. No tricks, no charge, no questions asked. Just use Darius Petrescu's house and present this coupon. I'm not sure what language the translation is.
Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Okay, well, I'm gonna leave it there for now. Because this is a lot to take in and a lot to figure out. So, I hope you'll join me in the next one. I'm going to head back to the hospital to, just because I don't know if it'll, here we go. Heal up a little bit.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Come back here, nasty rat.
This is despicable.
Yeah, I hear you. It's disgusting and despicable all in the same sentence. A citizen to save. Careful, the endangered citizen may not survive the next night. Go check on him. Okay. Where are you? Lots of blood. Where is this guy? $30 meters. So he's downstairs, but where? Alright, I hear you, but I don't see you. Six, but he's beneath me. I hear him, I just don't see him. no idea where you are, bud. I hear you, I just don't know where you are. Maybe he's on my mini-map. Okay. I feel like it's over this way because I can hear... Oh! Is this a stairway that I missed? Oh, there you are. So there was a stairway that I had missed. Come on, I want to talk to you.
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
All right, Mr. Thatcher, you're safe now. Do you think you can reach the street by yourself?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
Citizen rescued. You rescued a citizen. He will return to his district the following night. Oh, that's good. Now, open this gate over here. And go. See, I knew I heard him. It was getting louder when I was over here, but I didn't notice that this was open. And that's the other reason why I prefer to have the brightness up as high as it can go instead of down. Because those last couple minutes would have taken even longer if it was darker. So even though it's meant to be in the dark, it's better, at least for me, to have it bright. So I'm going to go back to the hospital, and that's where I'm going to... I know I said I was going to end it already, but I'm going to find my way back to the hospital, and that's where I'm going to end it for now, and I hope you guys will join me in the next one. Now, hopefully it doesn't take too long to get back to the hospital. Shouldn't. But if you've seen me play a Monster Hunter with Grim and or Vash, you'll know that I'm not the best at directionals. It's definitely a lot easier with a mini map in the corner of the screen instead of just the control, or not control, but the compass bar on the top. Thankfully, I didn't have to go too far from the hospital. I thought I was a lot further from it than I was. So let's just run up to my room. Alright. Run to my room. And I know it saves when... I think it's 15 minutes or so, but I'm also hoping that it saves while using the rest function. But I'm going to leave it there for now, for real this time, and I will see you guys on the next video. Have fun! Thanks for joining.